To the amendment, changing our Constitution to allow for a graduated income tax system will inevitably bring a tax increase on a majority of Illinoisans. And I say that not because I'm being hypothetical, but because we've seen that happen in other states. In 17 of the 34 states that have a graduated income tax structure, their top bracket is at or below $60,000 a year. Illinoisans cannot afford another income tax increase, and we cannot afford a system that allows politicians to play with rates and brackets just to fill our annual budget holes. Our current tax structure, which hits everyone in this state equally, is one of the very last competitive advantages we have in our tax code. It also has inherent taxpayer protections, because when this body makes a decision to raise the income tax, it has to think about every single Illinoisan, and we are not able to carve out certain groups. In fact, many states are learning that these taxpayer protections are important, and they are moving away from their graduated income tax structure, including Mississippi, which is phasing out their brackets, and North Dakota, who's phasing out their brackets. What's been missing from this debate, and we've talked about the overall tax structure a few times in this debate already, is we're not talking about the overall tax burden. A recent study showed that Illinois already has the very highest tax burden in the nation, and as you all know, the second highest property tax burden in the nation. In order to be more competitive, changing our income tax structure to be a graduated one, which will include yet another tax increase, is not the right direction, and it will make us less competitive. On top of what the impact of a graduated income tax will be for many families, many small businesses, including agribusinesses and small farms that I represent, file taxes as individuals or pass-through entities. A graduated income tax will raise their taxes even farther. We aren't talking about the most wealthy in our society. We are talking about the mom and pop shops who are the small employers in the rural communities in our state who are already struggling to stay in this state and to stay competitive. This will make our state less competitive. And for agribusinesses, it's a lot more difficult for them to up and move out of the state. We know what this will do on the Constitution. But what we don't know is what rates will be implemented. And what rates will be implemented are not at all necessarily the ones that we're going to see in this General Assembly. We've already seen many rate proposals. And what we've seen in the trend is rates continue to be adjusted higher just in the last few months, and the thresholds continue to be adjusted lower to hit more people. And that will be the trend that continues, because there simply aren't enough rich people in this state to pay for the insatiable appetite of spending that we see here in Springfield, and to pay for the structural spending problems that we have. So while the other side of the aisle and this General Assembly and the governor continue to push these policies that increase spending and say that the answer for it is higher taxes and changing our tax system, we know this will eventually hit a majority of Illinoisans. This is nothing more than an attempt to raise income taxes. It will make us less competitive. It will drive out small businesses. This is taking our state in the wrong direction. Please vote no.